My name is Martin, and I like to work out. Ever since 2 years ago when I got into fitness, I was obsessed with the gym. I started seeing progress, I started getting stronger, but over time, I started seeing more and more of this one supplement I could not escape here: creatine. And what's creatine, you might ask? Well, it's a supplement that increases muscle performance during any type of resistance training. It could be anything from weightlifting to bicycling to football, you name it. But basically, it just makes you bigger and stronger. So that's why today, I want to show you guys my 30-day creatine transformation and what it did for me. By the end, we will answer the two main questions to see how effective it really is. First, how much strength did I get? We're gonna see if my lifts went up at all from squat, bench, and deadlift. And second, how much bigger did I get? I'm gonna see how many pounds I gained since the beginning to the end of the transformation. Let's get to it. So in week 1, this is how I was looking. I was about 147 pounds, and these were my maxes for squat, bench, and deadlift. Safe to say, I was doing okay for my weight, but I could be doing way better. And to be honest with you, the first 7 days, I didn't really feel anything. After all, creatine takes about 2 weeks, so I was still pretty fresh, and I hadn't seen any of the effects of it. Now, according to most studies, in the second week of creatine is when the body starts physically changing and getting bigger. And safe to say, they were right. I felt like a little kid at Legoland. And that's saying a lot, as this was me as a kid. And to be completely honest with you guys, there were some sessions that I didn't feel the best, as my bench went down maybe a little bit because I hadn't recovered fully, but overall, I was on top of the world. Okay, you see, in week 3, I wasn't feeling the best. At this point, I had caught a horrible flu and was coughing non-stop. This got to the point I was on the game with my boys, and someone cracks a joke, and let me tell you, it went from ha 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 to violently coughing until my lungs felt like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I don't recommend this on my worst enemy, I promise you. It's probably happened to you before, when you're in class, one time that you're taking a test, everyone has to be quiet, and all of a sudden, from deep inside you, you have to cough, for literally no reason. And that's how I felt for this whole week. Overall, I felt pretty mid in the gym as well, as I didn't feel like I was progressing much. As this being the final week, I was getting but let me tell you, all of the gains from creatine. It really felt like hitting a PR every time I walked by a barbell. I mean, I felt my strength shoot up so much, I was questioning my natty status. And overall, I felt amazing. And by the end, I gained a whopping 11 pounds. And just saying that is crazy. I remember when I was on the weight, I couldn't even believe it. So before we started, my squat was around 265, and I decided to jump big. I jumped all the way from 225 to 275. I cannot explain to you how happy I was. And next we got bench. And although my bench isn't that good, it jumped from 175 to 180. And there's a 5-pound difference, I was still pretty happy. Next, we got deadlift. And you see, my relationship with deadlifts is not even a love-hate relationship, it's just a hate relationship. Every time I did deadlifts in the past, I always felt like a little tinge in my back, so I always avoided them. But not even training them for these past couple of weeks, my deadlift went up the most for a whopping 15 pounds. I don't know how. I didn't even train it, but it went up that much. Thank you, God. And I think I'm gonna start training deadlifts. Just cause I've told you guys before, when I see my strength go up, it just motivates me so much. Overall, I recommend creatine. I've used it many times, and each time I've gotten amazing results from it. Just some tips for when you take creatine. It takes a while. You have to be very patient for when the gains come in, but when they do come in, it's worth it, I promise you. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, God bless you.